name is Jason Verdone, and I'm from the Learning Resource Center South at Rowan University. And this is another installment of our Learn and Create series. So today we are going to talk about one of our most beloved stories, either if you're a teacher or a parent, as The Very Hungry Caterpillar. We are going to make a very hungry caterpillar can, okay, out of a coffee can or a oatmeal container and some green duct tape, or if you don't have green duct tape, you could use green construction paper. So as you can see here, I made 3 different kinds, okay, a coffee can or an oatmeal container or a breadcrumb can. So what I used was for the ones on the table, I used green duct tape. But if you don't have green duct tape, you don't have to worry. You could use green construction paper. So what I did was I just roughly got my construction paper and I measured it around the can. Okay, and I kind of folded it around the bottom so that I know where to cut. Okay. So then you could tape him on. You could tape the paper on so you have his body covered. Then what I did was I made circles for his eyes and green for the pupils of his eyes, because the Very Hungry Caterpillar has yellow eyes with green pupils. And you can hot glue them on the lid of your can. So in all of my different choices here, like this one I didn't use a covering for the can, I just kind of cut the mouth out. But here I covered the top with construction paper because this top is dark in color and I wanted to have it light so you could see his eyes. And the same with this one. And as you can see, this one I used some googly eyes, which are fun too. Made his antennas, and the purple construction paper. Okay. Some of them I use sparkly paper, some of them I just use construction paper. Again, whatever you have on hand is great. And I used, for the mouth, I used an X-Acto knife to cut it open. You know, I just marked a nice size mouth because I'm going to show you how we're going to feed the caterpillar. So what I would do is, in the classroom or with my students, I would cut them out, cut the pictures out, and then as you read the story, the children can feed the caterpillar what he ate. Okay? So, this is really an excellent activity for students to learn key ideas and details in a story. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you all the different foods that the caterpillar ate in the course of a week. So what your students can do is, as you read the story, the students can feed our caterpillar all the different things. So I'm going to show you different ways to make the foods using the die cuts. So we are going to start here. I have some of the die cuts. You can see some of them are on sparkly paper, some are just on construction paper, some that I've made because we don't have specific dies for certain things. So as you can see, we have different things like pears because he ate 2 pears. He ate oranges. So, but he also ate some plums. But we don't have a plum die, so you're going to have to be a little creative. So we're going to use our orange die, okay, and we're going to make plums out of it. Because we as teachers have to be creative. So technically we have a purple orange here, right? But what you're going to do is you're going to get your scissors and you're just going to cut a little bit of it off. So, because you know plums have an odd shape. And you have here some plums. Because you know, I think he ate 4 plums. Okay? Then we get to Saturday where he had all the fun foods. He had cupcakes and he had lollipops and all sorts of things. But some things, again, we don't have. Okay, but I know one thing he did eat was cheese. So again, we don't have a cheese die cut, but we have a square. So we're going to make our own cheese. Our square here, then we're going to fold it, and then we're going to fold it again. We're going to get our hole puncher, and we're going to make a piece of cheese that he ate. And voila, we have a piece of cheese. he also ate a piece of chocolate cake. I thought this was fun. I made my own piece of chocolate cake. Okay, I used fill. So you can very easily make this a sensory activity. You know, you can get different kinds of textured things to make the food to eat. Now we are going to talk about the extension activity that we have that's in our supplemental handout. And what that is we're bringing science and literacy together because, you know, a lot of, most early childhood classrooms and kindergarten classrooms, lots of things are cross-curricular. So I'm going to show you some different things at the table, but this is going to be science and literacy. So this is our interactive butterfly chart. Okay, we just cut the butterfly from our large die. So this is going to be the top of your chart. And then you're going to use those handouts that we have attached for you. And you're going to cut them out and you're going to glue them on a piece of paper. So this is the 4 stages of the butterfly. I used the same pictures of the stages of the butterfly, but I put magnets on the back of them. So there could be an interactive center using a cookie sheet. Made out of all sorts of different kinds of textured materials. Some are smooth, some are rough, some are shiny, but some are bumpy. So children, especially early childhood children, definitely learn by their senses. So this is good because how does the very hungry caterpillar feel? One of the props on the table is a hat that you can make. So when you have circle time with your students, you can make your own very hungry caterpillar hat when you read the story. So you're tying everything in together. Children love when you're silly and do silly things. And I look silly, but it's fun, and that's what we do in early childhood. The last activity that I wanted to show you was, as I said earlier, everything in an early childhood and a kindergarten classroom is cross-curricular. So kids love to cook. They love to do creative cooking. So this is a math, creative cooking, and literacy activity. So what I did was I made the cupcakes ahead of time, and I just dyed the different kinds of icing, different kinds of green, because he is different shades of green. And I gave him eyes and antennas. And then here I did a really nice rebus recipe chart. Rebus is really great for an early childhood classroom because it helps the children to read. I thank you for viewing another Learn and Create video series from the LRC South.